What's up guys, welcome back to Joevestor Trades. My name is Joseph and today I got a comment saying, can you show us how to play puts? Well, today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I find and trade put options. If you don't know what put options are, it's when you bet that a stock is going to go down, and if it goes down, you obviously make money. I'll show you guys two examples on the charts and you can play this as well. If you go on to enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more trading content like this. Also, if you want to be a part of a trading community with over 1,700 members, make sure to check out the Discord channel in the description down below. So now that we have the charts pulled up, the first stock I want to take you guys through is Twitter. Now, when I'm looking for puts to play, the first thing I always do is map out my support and resistance. Now, Twitter is in an uptrend, so we're going to have a trend line mapping out our support and resistance. And to do that, all you have to do is connect the bottoms of the swing lows, and that will be our support. And then for the resistance, all you have to do is connect the highs. And then you can also do some adjusting to make sure that your lines are touching the candlesticks. Alright, so now that we have the support and resistance drawn out, the next thing I like to look for is the RSI and the MACD indicators. These are really two good indicators for playing puts. If you don't know what these two indicators are, you can check out those videos on my channel, and I'll actually leave a card on the screen right now above. So right now the RSI is showing us that Twitter is overbought, and that just means that this stock is overvalued currently and that it can definitely pull back. And actually, if we look back at the previous price action of Twitter, we can see a few months ago actually, it was overbought right here and then pulled back. It was overbought over here and pulled back as well. So every time it becomes overbought, it typically has a pullback. And I'm actually going to hop down to the 4-hour time frame so we can see more of the price action. So if I zoom in on the past few weeks of Twitter, we can see that it ran up pretty nicely into earnings, reported good earnings, and continued to go higher. Now specifically with Twitter, what I want to show you guys is actually back on the daily time frame. And if we look here, Twitter gapped up after earnings. On the 4-hour, you won't see gaps because it shows after hours. But right here on the daily, we can see that Twitter was right here, then gapped up all the way to about $69. Last time with earnings, Twitter gapped down. So now with these gap up and gap downs of the price action, they have to fill these gaps. Right here we see Twitter gap down. Later on, it filled the gap by going up. So right here we see Twitter gapped up. It has to fill this gap, so we can definitely see Twitter going back down to at least $60. So given the fact that Twitter is overbought, the MACD is very high and it's past my resistance line, as well as the gap, this is what I look for on Twitter specifically to determine if it's going to have a pullback or not. And my price target, as I said before, is at least $60. So the next stock I want to show you guys, which is a bit easier, is 4. And I'm actually going to go over to the 4-hour time frame. And as I said before, I'm going to start with mapping out my support and resistance. So to do this, all you have to do is connect the lows. And I'm actually going to remove my old drawing. And then for the resistance, all you have to do is connect the highs. And then I'm going to do some adjusting on that resistance line so that it touches the candlesticks better. Same thing like 4. We can see that it's trading in between my trend lines, and as it reaches to the top, it pulls back. And if we zoom in over here, not only does it touch my resistance line, it also becomes overvalued on the RSI. Right here as well, touches my resistance line, becomes overvalued, and then starts to pull back. So if we look closer at 4 now, it's doing the same thing it did in the past. Stocks typically repeat the patterns, so it becomes easier to trade. Right here we can see that it's overvalued on the RSI, it's touching my resistance line, and the MACD is starting to curl down. Therefore, this is a good opportunity to short the stock. Now for price targets like this, I definitely see 4 reaching to the middle of this trend and then even potentially falling to the support. But if you're playing puts, I wouldn't get too greedy, and I would take the profits if you see 4 falling to this area in the middle of our channel. Now, if you're looking for charts or companies to trade, I highly recommend creating a watch list. On the side right here of Thinkorswim, I have a watch list of stocks that I go through every day to find these opportunities. So if you need help with making a watch list, I'll make a video on that in the future. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And the last stock I'm going to show you guys is Fedex. Same thing as I did before, I marked out a resistance line that I see Fedex the closest to, which is right here. And if we zoom in, the next thing I want to look at is the RSI. What is the RSI showing us? It's showing us that Fedex is overvalued, as well as the MACD starting to curl down. The MACD curling down shows us that the momentum is shifting to the sellers, and we can see the price starting to fall. Now with Fedex, how do I determine where do I take profits? As I said before, I look back at previous price action, and right here I see Fedex trading sideways, kind of giving us this clunky area. So right around here is where I would initially take profits on Fedex. If it falls through this level, then the next level I'm looking at is this swing low to take my final profits. So this is what I go through in order to look for puts to play. You can do this for swing trades, but if you're looking for day trades, then you just do this on the 1 minute time frame. As I stated before, marking out your support and resistance gives you levels to trade off of, and if it's near resistance and becoming overvalued on the RSI, you know that that's a great opportunity for puts. As you guys saw in the charts, 4 is right at resistance, and it can definitely have a pullback right to around its support area. And Twitter, as you saw, it's very overvalued and it's very high on the RSI. Let me know if you guys will be playing any of these 2 stocks in the comment section down below. And if you learned anything from this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I upload. See you in the next one.